Okay, College Algebra B. If you don't know me, my name is Mr. Smith, and I'm here to help you get through this final project for College Algebra B in this final week of school. I hope you've had time to read the expectations here. I'm here just to give you an example of what this will look like. So the first thing we should recognize is that this is the final activity for the year, and Park Hill South has deemed that final activities will not hurt your grade. They can only improve your grade. So this is mainly for kiddos, for students out there who want to try to improve their grade with one last push. So the first thing you do is read this document. The second thing you might do is Google Desmos Pictures, and you have an endless array of examples. The one I chose was Olaf, so I found this just with the Google search. You can see that Olaf was requiring 100 and some equations to make. So this is way beyond the expectation that we have for you. If I look at the rubric, you only have to do 25 to get the most possible points. Okay, so while Olaf is wonderful to look at, by no means are we expecting a picture with this much detail. So to wrap up this video, I'm going to demonstrate how I made this picture with, it looks like a bird looking at me. You can see I used 8 equations, so we would expect more from you than just this picture. Once again, 25 equations is the minimum. So you would visit desmos.com, you'd hit Start Graphing, and you have access to a limitless number of equations here. So the first thing I did is I thought about the bird's beak, and I did an equation, a linear equation that looked like this. And so a big part of completing this project is understanding how to use domain restrictors. So I'm going to use a bracket, it's technically a brace, from 0 to 0 is less than x is less than 2. And then I'm going to, I'm just going to copy all that. So I'll Control C, and then I'll paste that down, and I'll change this to give me the -1/2 slope. But I want to change the domain from -2 to 0. And you can see that the beak has been formed. And so now I need a circle. I need a circle for the eyes. And so I'm going to just start with the circle centered at the origin. And I'm going to think about how can I move this circle to get to where I want. So we talk a lot about transformations. The first thing I'll do is I'll move this over 1. So I'm going to -1. And then I'll square that. And then let's see, let's move it up. So then I'm going to have to move in, let's see, that's going to be y plus 1 squared. Okay, so you might recognize I moved it the wrong way. So this is a matter of just now moving this to a -2. So let's move it further up by changing it to a -3 and then to a -4. So I might move it over to the right too, just there we go. And so a lot of this is about understanding there's some patterns here. So if I copy this equation and then write it down beneath, Control C, Control V, I get to use that, and then I'm going to save some time. I'm now just going to shift this to the left 2, and there are the 2 eyeballs. And so I might think about putting in some eyes. So I'm going to take that same circle and copy it down. I'm going to make the radius smaller. Let's make it 0.5, and then that means I need to move it down. So I'll change this to a 3.5. That's too far, so 3.7. So a lot of this is just graphing something and see how to move it. So I'm going to copy that over to the next line to get the other eyeball. So that means I have to move it right 2 instead of left 2. And then to shade, you get to use an equality. So I'll change this to a less than or equal to, a less than or equal to. And now you're looking at my bird I created not moments ago. But hopefully the domain restrictor here is something that's going to help you get through this project. You'll notice that another way to do a domain restrictor is going to be a single inequality. So let's make this an angry bird. So let's go y equals, let's do a 1/2 x. So 1/2 1/2 x, and then I'm going to move that up about 7. Too far. 6, 7. Okay, so the understand here, I need this blue line. So what happens if I say for only x values greater than 1? So that's part of the eyebrow I need to put in there. So that would be an example of a single inequality that lets it go forever. But probably most of these will be, let's take it 1 is less than x is less than 3. And so that's going to give me that eyebrow. All right. So then let's just copy that, Control C, Control V, and I can just move this to the other side and give it a negative slope. And then I'm going to domain restrict that from -4 to 2, -2. That's too far. Let's go -3 to -1, and that's going to give me that angry looking bird. Okay, so I hope this has helped in your attempt to do a unique graph. So I'll end with this. Please be original. We will not accept just a copy of something you find on a Google search. So start with an original picture and go from there. And oh, one more thing too. It's so easy to change color. So if I hit the wheel and I can click over here and hit the colors, I can get these colors how I'd like them to look. And so that's another way to change your picture. If you have any questions, email me or your teacher. All right, good luck, guys and girls.